gentle, the political hot goose. You sit up and me, you the fry. I for don't buy you the nyaka nyaka. This na the Hot Goose Network television. Famulem, una audio today na Friday, 21st of January 2021. Famulem in a gentle, the political hot goose. You sit down for me, you the fry, I for don't pay the nyaka nyaka. This morning I dey come to una because we need for talk to Sierra Leoneans them about the sporting system. So family, just like I tell you now this morning, the 21st January, Friday, Mina Gentle, Patrick Mada Koroma. And I go there at the studio with a very fine, articulate young man. Somebody will get a lot of knowledge in football, and somebody will a good and most brilliant activist. We always the wish for make sure say Sierra Leone always in at the map, and he's always proud of Sierra Leone. We all know say we don't get a just concluded game. We knock we out from the African Nations Cup. At least we're glad because we don't do at the African Nations Cup. At least we surface the again after 26 years. We appreciate we play as them, but then a lot of issues and we I think say some people then they misunderstand. But yes, well, sometimes you know go say a misunderstanding, but they say and say most people waiting them want to not happen, they get beaucoup way hard and they react. And nobody no go react the same way. But today, you will they watch the show. If you watch on YouTube, now for subscribe and press the notification bell for all so that whenever the Hot Goose the day on, you go be part of the program. You will they watch now Facebook. Now for also like the page and drop your comments then, follow the page and also press the notification so that you will always be part of the program. And this is a very important show. This I want to share the program. Share on from Facebook, share on YouTube. Very important discussion. And you had to listen from the audio. You say, what you don't done for listen. Share and let the next Reunions and back here. Because the way no more we want the information, that's what the next person back wants. Today we get thorough analysis about the game. And then, the only end to the thorough analysis, we get forget an opportunity, forget plenty recommendations then. To government, plenty recommendation to the Australian people them, and we can't tell now all the benefits them with this African Nations Cup don't bring because I get the Master Sabi person now me missed, and I go make it tell family I'll do and welcome na the show. This na the Hot Goose Network Salon TV. Welcome.
Well, yes, thank you for having me on this wonderful platform. I want to say kushe and kabo to all Salon people them. You within a Salon or you within a the diaspora, this Osman Jibril Bangura, when a G-Banks, Kadea na the platform, the studios with the Hot Goose, when a Gentle, will invite me for talk to me today. I'm glad for the watching.
So, family them that one they wanna watch na G-Banks, what would they call in short? Now, Mr. Usman Bangura, now a very fine young man. We get a huge knowledge about football and he left the country and he want always for let Salon go before. You not forget this man na activist and also na politician. Very succinct and wonderful politician. But in your politics, they play objectively. In your politics, the player in the situation wherein they hamburg anybody and the player in the interest of Sierra Leone from where I ever know. So, Mr. G Banks, the game don't play. We get a lot of comments that don't come. We're not being expected to forgo in the first place. But before we start, what are your impression generally about Sierra Leone going to African Nations Cup?
Well, I got a huge impression, and I'm very proud as a Sierra Leonean, like many other Sierra Leoneans across the world, and people away like Sierra Leone. I know say they're very proud of this country. They're very proud of the team. From the ashes, we always they reflect back a country we emerged from a civil war, decimated, destroyed by a civil war conflict. We wrecked the country. We go through that trouble day. A country we face Ebola. The world cried. We defeat Ebola and emerge strong. A country whose like so many things that happen, but a resilient country, strong people. We come back after 26 years disappearance from the African Cup of Nations. Last time, 1996 in South Africa. We come back for represent our country now the African Cup of Nations this year. I believe see every Sierra Leone glady. We're proud of our country. We're proud of the team. So my impression, it's amazing for see Leonster group, not only with the Feke team there, but the likes of the defending champions of Africa, Algeria. The big elephants them in Africa, we call them the Ivory Coast. The place who will be the see Didier Drogba in those days, the home of Yaya Toure, Solomon Kalou them. Then put we with Ivory Coast. Well, let us snatch a point from Ivory Coast. We'll snatch a point from Algeria. We played our tournament impressively. I believe say I'm very proud. And like many other Sierra Leoneans, we feel happy and proud as a country.
Yeah, that's one of the good things, because one of the things them we are proud of is that after 26 years, Mr. Bangura, after 26 years,
yes,
Sierra Leone don't they in the football or sport wilderness. The whole world don't know but we. They don't even ban Sierra Leone at certain points. That
yes,
will not even go into pitch because they so stadium not good. We not be ever get a local league then where they play. Sierra Leone not be ever get at the match. But for let Sierra Leone grow just as fast as possible, like this point, for us reach that point, I think say it's a big tap on our shoulder as a nation.
Yes.
Yes. Because you say watch football nothing where they practice for play for long before we reach that peak. So how you think say that magic come inside this few time by your experience?
Well, I always get this in my mind. So if you look at what in researchers don't say, people, master sabi people, they tell you say when God distribute gift, I mean talent, God is not a biased God. It makes sure say talent they distribute them evenly around the world. Everywhere you go, whether not Chinese or Japanese or an African, talent and they. What is missing is opportunity. When you not create the space for the opportunity for your talent for growth, now missing. Over the years, what we have seen in Sierra Leone is lack of commitment by stakeholders. Okay, for invest or inspire the generation of footballers, so we go get to team represented. Our country be proud. But in a very short moment, what you don't see is the turnaround. Okay, you come to the local leagues, as we see, the government in commitment for invest in the football, the mobilization of stakeholders for inspire the young boys them back into playing the local leagues, and those in Europe already or playing in bigger clubs in America and other places say yes, Sierra Leone need for that spotlight where the others like Malians, our brothers, the Nigerians, who said they did that Nations Cup, we need for body. So that there is a strong commitment from government and stakeholders, and you see that enthusiasm that he replicates it go down to all the citizens them. So that I think Naing motivate
No,
the,
yes.
the, the community for believe in the Leon Stars again, whether team management, whether the finances, whether the supporters. You see, like a new day in Sierra Leone in terms of football. I believe say it come out from the commitment of the stakeholders, especially the government and the people around football.
Yeah, I pick up some few statements the way you give in that conversation where you been to talk, and they're very important. You
Mhm.
say waiting be Hamburg football, now be lack of commitment and lack of opportunity.
Yes.
You say people then get the talent. Young man then get the talent. Yeah, people the way they play the ball, then get the talent. They get the zeal, they get the energy, but they not be get the opportunity. They not be
Yes.
get the enabling environment for
Yes.
able for can play, for can showcase that in talent. And then if apart from where they not been get, then there was no commitment from the stakeholders. And the stakeholders now they talk largely. Now the government commitment not be ever day. Maybe they been talking and be lip service. But the government commitment not been there. Where they create, because the government they create the enabling environment for the young people there for come get up as an opportunity for showcase their talent.
Yes.
So clearly, G Banks, the car you put on, it is exactly what it don't affect football naturally. Because we
Yes.
find out, say, at certain points, even at the country, they can ban certain leagues them. Who say would they groom with picking them? Like their school league, they will be they go on. But yeah, I think I got
Yes.
for Kande, we get for can Rob more today where I want let you really try for bring out certain things them where they come into the recommendations them as to how
Okay.
because the recommendation how they give government by the taker. So you say that commitment no been there because they become banned from the local leagues them, then ban the
Yes.
Pekine will now they for groom, then ban them, then they can't ban the local, there was no local league playing, then the entire football then ban. So it was so appalling. The opportunity not be ever there again for the young one, they for show them talent in the league. So Pamule, you when they watch, this the Hot Goose Network Salon, we they discuss because President Biodo assure we say, he say we will keep developing Sierra Leone. So today we there with Usman Bangura, where we they call G Banks, when a critical analyst, when because it don't bring some sensitive talk like I say, there was no opportunity. There was no enabling environment because the stakeholders them, when the government were ready for sponsor and support, it not been get the commitment, it not be commit itself to football. They been the talk but not it not be woke. They not be commit itself to football. So now that mean football not be the play. So now that mean we will find out say Salombi don't got per football. But then at this shortest point in time, we don't see, okay, G-Banks, you also talk about mobilization of stakeholders
Yes.
to inspire the young one. Another problem will be the affect
So,
football. Yes,
so
I
that
want to
area,
explain that into people.
yeah, yes. When you look at a government, right? People can say, "Oh, you blame government." Yeah, we bring the process to government. When government create that enabler environment, we'll say the opportunity, and government they identify the stakeholders, whether government department or government agencies, or whether private sector investment for come into football. You see what happened. The local leagues. When you look at the local leagues in Nasradun, you see people of private entities begin associate themselves with teams them with local teams them. You see the rebranding of local teams them. If you go like Bow Rangers even get a magnificent structure put up by Bow Rangers. You go to Wusum Stars in Makini, they are doing very good. You come to clubs that are Freetown or clubs that are Kenema. You see everywhere you see people coming in. So you have to be able to identify the stakeholders or create these opportunities for those stakeholders to come in, support. So you have the government side stakeholders, you have the private sector coming in. You see businesses, they partner. For example, you see like a business go sign a contract for get a logo inscribed on the jersey and pay the footballing club for that. You see people and go say, oh, let's say for example, Africell will come in or other companies will come in. So this the huge process government do for mobilize these stakeholders. so then we'll get interest in supporting the football community in Australia. It was a huge thing done for turn around the interest in football.
So G-Banks, they try for talk in simple facts, that commitment be done lacking for so long.
Yes.
But the advent of President Bio and in new direction, you tried for CC, it don't create the enable environment. It don't give an opportunity because they mention I say now we don't see other national clubs them, they don't get live. You mention Bo Rangers, you mention Usum Star, you mention other football clubs them where they don't get live, where for so long will not be done here reporter. And interestingly, I think say now from them points a day, now from them resources a day, with the identify players. So this is the stakeholder mobilization where you talk about. Now from that point of view, with the identify players, for let them gather the talent them, for let them get opportunity for going to the deals.
Yeah, my brother, this is the thing you see. When Sierra Leone they do well, what would happen? When Sierra Leone they do well, even if na Farana you go there, you they identify yourself as Sierra Leone because you want to be part of the Sierra Leone community. You see, people who have been to the diaspora, who are staying in the diaspora, they say, no, I want to go play for Sierra Leone. Why? Because they say Sierra Leone is on the rise. You see teams that we've been all the way at the provinces, like Diamond Stars. We see the Diamond Stars in the previous performance in the league. Amazing. You see the Leone Stars, they tackle teams that like Nigeria, getting a 4-4 draw in Nigeria, coming, holding them again to another draw. You see what you do in Benin. So when you begin inspire the people for believe in the football community in Sierra Leone, you go begin get your talent the way we don't missing. Let's say those who are in Germany, those who are in England or America, they will come back. So
just
we were
like,
able to.
I'm not cut you just like Coca. They're all
candidates. Good. That's very good because this is the country Porcy go be proud of. I want to be part of. Everybody wants to be part of good things.
Because G-Banks, nobody wants to be part of a losing team. Nobody wants to be part of a team where go get a bad name. Now in game where they play. I think say they Coca they can we had the CC Salon team don't organize. They get bobo the way they don't pick from their leagues and the way they don't groom. Them back one they part of the history.
We've seen a lot of new faces come, a lot of new youngsters from different parts of the world who are Sierra Leoneans or with Sierra Leone origin, then come. We see even a lot of young breeds from Sierra Leone, from the local stars, right? Wanted to be part of the delegation, part of the squad. So now we have like competition. It's no more a time when Sierra Leone be the struggle. Oh, we have for can't play for it. Now people are begging to play for the team. People are, you get to work hard for the part of the squad because Sierra Leone is on the rise. So it all goes back, like we say, the commitment. I always say, when you want to assess a government's commitment when they speak, you try. They say put you more to say money there. When people speak, you look at how they spend their resources towards what they talk.
Very good. So that
government
yes,
government investment, the government's investment in football over the period where His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio take over power, we have seen an increased investment, for support all football activities in the country. And like he said we go continue for build on what we done they get, the result that we done they get, the progress what we done they make. We will continue for build on them, and building on them, I believe, it will continue for invest, will continue for identify stakeholders, mobilization of stakeholders, and push football go before. Like we see, like never before, my brother. Let me land this. Never before this country was brought together for a single purpose. Everybody united in the country, from the north to the south, from the west to the east. You see Sierra Leoneans holding each other because football capable for do that.
Well, that is the inclusiveness with President Bio, they can wait, and we say now national inclusion, where they bring. You know, the only one on political line for appoints then other party like APC politician, like I call him Al Fakan, for can join in government, or he appoint ADP, the vice, the running mates, when Madam Haja, Fatmata Kamara, for come for join them. you know, it appoints other people who have been there, na PMD, NGC, they all come, they got inclusive. This is all about politics until we don't see it in football. But then G-Bank, something they will get for address. Where I want to address,
Okay.
but I play the commitment with President Biobingi, because you talk about commitment. It says lack of commitment. And you talk, say, when we don't commit to something, it's not just about committing to something, it's not just about saying it, but seeing you doing it. No wonder would they call the man talk and do. Because other politicians, they don't care, they don't make that same commitment. But did they leave to stand by their commitment? That is the question. Now, you they mention, I say, one of the way President Bio respond to in commitment, for uphold in commitment, now he spend and pour resources them inside the football. It pour money, but that one day again, people then they go, then they politicize and say a waste of money. But all this level road don't reach at the country. I see
Because
young man.
I came across one or two of them comment them there. When people not know what's in a business, because we talk about business, it's about investment. Okay, you want to put money some side where they grow. Tomorrow you will get a benefit from them, either in a short term or in a long term. When people say a $7.5 million is a waste of money in football, where we have seen today, right? I believe say a lot of Sierra Leoneans they watch Premier League, right? La Liga or.
So I want to let you keep that one day. Let I clear this because they can't. I just give this highlight. Let you understand from what level we get for can come out.
Okay.
Because I see with brother, we can always, he don't turn politician because they expect and say in a journalist, but he don't turn now politician, chair no bar. It make like you know understand. It's so sad for like you reach no bar, they talk say, na money the government wastes. Taxpayers' money. Could you imagine? As if I wonder, I doubt if the guy is Sierra Leonean. But however, now so he mentioned and say now waste of resources. But then
I go analyze that. Maybe you need some.
they can't follow see. But let us play this. We say the president make a commitment to Sierra Leone then. We vote for him. What he get for do, and if you know achieve it.
Now to retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, the timer is working.
Okay, the only time when we don't go African Nations Cup, at the time we've been there in government. We qualify for the Nations Cup and we win the Zone 2 twice. So you can rest assured that we go revive and resuscitate all forms of sport for make sure say we put Salone again on the map of the sporting world. For expose, we picking them and give them scholarship and create a special fund we go make the go to the international theater then we say sporting they take place.
So G-Banks Yeri, the commitment number one. It say it make sure say revive all form of sport, not only football. Now people don't know they concentrate as other sports there. We they win cricket every day. And they follow some cricket players. Then they go Nigeria, don't go win day. Then they all over the place. And then he say they revive them. And we see how he revive football. And then he say we they put football on the international map. How about G-Banks, these are commitments then where it don't make that. He say we they establish special fund for promote sports. G-Banks, you know, then a salon where President Bio don't create that special fund where it first put money. The same salon man they back they say, oh, now why you forgot put money as a president inside special fund for football when he make commitment to, and that commitment they strengthen them with action, just like how you they say, and you not only do it revive them back. The local football, the way you don't mention so. And then it don't put Salon on the map. So it don't achieve what it been say. It not tell we say, if they go make Salon control all manner of football. They say they put you in the international map. Let them have the opportunity for playing the international map. Let them be seen. And indeed today it don't establish them. So now that make it say we will keep developing football in Israel. Because it not say now struggle for all rich other. It not say we not develop it. So it say we keep developing. So G-Banks, from the perspective of people and now they turn over because what you make at the mention, he put on a Facebook page, but we are trying for email inbox them, they say that page in a fake page.
Okay.
So turn over they use fake page. Now it's a waste of money. Now it is politicize them. So now, what are the benefits when things say this football, where China about they say a waste of money for them prove and wrong? and prove every other person. They will not think about that. They will think national.
Well, this is the thing. When you look at mortal man, okay, we have three aspects of our life. We have our psychomotor ability. We're going to make we develop skills. We have our cognitive aspect of our life. We're able to make we for reason, able to do calculations, scientific work. Okay, go school, pass some subject them, but also have our affective domain. We tell about our emotional intelligence, our attitude. Okay, how we relate to people. Not everybody therefore become Professor Bamanja or let's say Alpha Wuri in Sierra Leone. Not everybody will go to that Fabric College and earn a PhD. Just like here, not everybody will become an Einstein. Okay, there are people before the age of 20, they will be making $1 million in their life. In Sierra Leone, they have been destined for that. All they need is a platform. I can give you an example. Mohamed Kalon. Mohamed Kalon came to the international scene less than 20 years, and he started making big time money. What happened? Because of football. When you spend more, let's say we spend $7.5 million. I'm just saying. In a whole national team, we're not talking about one guy take for go by Akara. Would they spend on football?
Yes.
In today's football, one player play a Premier League, maybe get the opportunity to sign up from Sierra Leone. You'll be making no less than $10 million. So you see, what we're doing is investment for those, for some of us who have run businesses, okay, or we still run businesses. We know say when you put money on side, like what the country do, it invest them so that you get a crop of talented people where God on destiny say they're not going to go become like teachers or doctors or lawyers. But now God bless them with a family who said they're going to able to develop. Take for instance, Musa Tumbo. He's from Tumbo. That everybody go today out. Let's say successful go out today and he begin make $15,000 to $20,000 in a week. It change a whole community. Let's say, for example, Stephen Coker. I just watched one video where Action Aid Sierra Leone do. He played in England. He took his money, $25,000, gave to Sierra Leone community, then built a school. So imagine how many people they learn at that school there. You can have that replicated. Kai Kamara has done amazing philanthropic work in Sierra Leone. You got a lot of other footballers who have done the same. When Mohamed Kalon became successful in Sierra Leone, he built Kalon.
So I'm not a country of. For let people they understand clearly, let I make I don't know if that is what you are talking about. Now, when they say now waste of money, you see, I say that investment the nation they invest. Now that they don't expose the bobo to the international theater, then bobo then they buy them, and when they buy them, they get for help them personally.
This is the
nation that money where they get. Like that keeper, and they understand say Mohammed.
Gentle, this is the thing. We are a nation of approximately 8 million people. If we spend $7.5 million, if the Bisela change that money and share back to each Sierra Leonean, I'm just saying, how much you feel say $1? Less than $1 is possible. So now look at
the 10,000 Leone. They know they even do because
okay, now look at the impact what football do in just few days. Don't forget about the qualifying series. Don't just focus on just what win against Algeria.
What economy benefits them. Yes.
We'll draw against Algeria, we'll draw against Ivory Coast. Look at the name projected globally about Sierra Leone. Every network talking about Sierra Leone, that's my big advert. If we should pay CNN for talk about you know how much it will cost me in a month, but they gave us a free publicity. If we should talk about pay YouTube, Facebook and other platforms for they talk about Sierra Leone in rebranding, it takes a lot of money, but we got free publicity, right? You look at Sierra Leone, people anyway print jersey. It stimulates business for people. People sell jersey, they make money. Some people because the cinemas they make a lot of money. You look at people who make food, understand? Because we go watch game, you tire, gladdy. You know, some people travel. The travel agencies, they make money. So if you look at the widespread economic benefit that football brought just within few days to Sierra Leone, it's amazing. The calculation can triple millions of dollars.
That polo banks, people they not millions of thousands of dollars all over the world.
It's all over the world. Even Sierra Leoneans in America here were printing T-shirts and selling, and a lot of things, not only T-shirts, even cups, even people in Sierra Leone. I watch them even on social media. Now people say, buy Musa Tombo in cake, buy Kai Kamara in clothes. It's
so you don't see they don't make cake around the that's cool.
It just, I mean, but guess again what happened. If you are going to run a sensitization to heal Sierra Leoneans and bring them together on the same platform, right? You know how much money will cost you? But football brought the entire nation together, holding each other, whether APC or SLPP, whether this is your enemy or not. It stopped for a moment. People sing just one song. Understand? Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone.
And then I not cut you word. The other benefit could we're very great. Now the social media benefit. Now we get with brothers and sisters, we're not bloggers then. Some bloggers they don't want this sabi day. But you find out say most of them they YouTube, then they get small money. And this football give them plenty couple and give them beaucoup access for let plenty know about it. Somebody they will me see it's an inside saloon. Now they me watch the last game. That one they get over 7,000 views automatic where they point up at television. Over 7,000.
Listen.
So people and thousands of views and the way they get beaucoup couple. So these are some of the economic benefits.
Even musicians, they take for example one other young guy we do Musliman we do one of the other songs that became very viral, right? About the new stars. You know, in people they know him. You get people in way end up for even the whole thing is just it has something we call a ripple effect in on the economy. Understanding? It's not just one; it's a widespread chain network.
Then when you go to the cafe, then how you call them? Then one the way they play TV, they pay for enter. How they call themselves?
You know how much those players were making on
how many cinema get money?
Even the players. Okay, let's go even to the players.
Yes.
The players were making an appearance. You know how much they make? Now that's some mandate for the rest of the year that Salon will make. What they get, and that money will be, that money will be going
from that money.
To their families, to their communities, and some people that will don't go watch that Nations Cup. Believe me, it is a platform that will change their life forever. When they come back, they'll never ever be the same again.
Yes. So man don't
if
travel. We get some of them.
Yeah. If you not play for them,
the Gladdy, we be the Gladdy say they don't ever travel. President Bio don't make they don't travel. That is another opportunity with government.
My brother, this is the thing people don't understand. When we are stuck in Sierra Leone, sometimes the idea become limited to just this environment. The environment, guys, in psychology, we call it nature versus nurture. When they born you, you get everything when they count from young parents. But the environment, they stimulate those things. Well, like some of us, what to make we grow bigger for begin think wider and go to travel. When I got my first travel ticket to the Gambia, I went to a small community just like Sierra Leone. I saw something different. I learned something, came back home. Went to another country, I said, no, I think I'm going to open up my space. I think yes, Sierra Leone is my country, but I want something bigger where I will put on a bigger platform. Do that is to open up my mind. You understand? Open up things, creativity, critical thinking. So those people coming back, whether footballers or those who accompany them as team management or those who went there as spectators, when they come back, their mindset, except others with negativity, but it will never be the same. Whether you go practice
where people that they glad is somehow we know when they travel, you get that opportunity. Now, young people, they explore.
Well, even as Sierra Leone right now, Sierra Leone, there was a time when people they sing music, Mama Gukai beat you. When MRC broke the stage, flop stadium, they begin to see MRC make money, Kema make money, Manzu they make money. What's happened? All man begin sing. Yes. Now, generation don't go Nations Cup. Parents, they know say, I can have a child in just few years can become Musa Tumbo. I can have a child in few years can
no
become
what, like this Mohamed Kamara, this goalkeeper, then go for
Mohamed
Bayern. He don't,
Oh my
he don't get an opportunity.
There are people now, young Pekin there, then they where they look, Pekin they copy a lot. They tell you say, when a child is less than 7 years, this is true. When a child is less than 7 years, in brain they operate on what we call low vibrational frequency. Now they download on chat. So what they see now they go on. Understand? When the good things then come up, it's good for the community, for the Pekin there, because like this football now, people they see Nations Cup, it's good for them.
Yes.
Understand? Then they copy, then go begin play because they want to be one of those stars who went there.
I want to watch these banks real quick. How people they celebrate, how they feel, Sierra Leoneans they feel, where they not be get that opportunity, where they get the opportunity, where they go, where people they send a waste of money.
Messi. Okay, guys. Messi. It's wonderful out here in Kuala. New with Nigeria.
Wamona sell Eshimada Biose. Ibabana can support. We support her. Eshimada Biose come. He dey go. Team come. What you do for we, Pape? Pape make us see on a plane. Madam, may God bless you. May God bless you. Hey, we don't say signal to them.
Well, we get problem with that video day, but I want to let know say the Bobo they say, what do you do for we? We glad we don't want to travel. You don't expose them. And then before we continue, there's one side the way you've been talking about, say, Salon don't go international. Every blogger in the whole world, every radio station and television station, international stations, they don't talk about we free. So every side, where you hear Salon, then go say, when they ask you who say come on, say Sierra Leone, who say not Sierra Leone, you say that country where draw with Algeria and who that themselves na Nations Cup. That country where they keep out na the man of the match na Nations Cup. Now we listen briefly how even international bloggers then how they talk about Sierra Leone every side.
Good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday. I was struck by something the Sierra Leonean footballer Mustafa Bundu recently said to a reporter. He said, "We want people to see the positives in our country, football-wise, but also in other areas of life, so that when you talk about Sierra Leone, you aren't just mentioning war or Ebola." And over the years of working to support a stronger healthcare system in Sierra Leone, we've focused a lot on the real and important injustices that led to the country's impoverishment, but today I want to tell you a joyful story. A soccer story. Okay, quick background. So every 4 years, all the best men's national teams in Africa play each other in the African Cup of Nations, which Sierra Leone had not qualified for in 26 years. The Leone Stars, as they are known, are currently ranked number 108 in the FIFA national rankings, but after a couple big results in qualifying, by June of 2021, they found themselves one win away from making the African Cup of Nations. They just needed to beat Benin. The hero of that game would be Kai Kamara, who began his career playing for a team in Freetown before coming to the U.S. as a refugee when he was 16, where he played college soccer and then had a long and distinguished career in MLS. Kai Kamara had long dreamed of representing Sierra Leone at the African Cup of Nations, but by the time of the Benin game, he was 36 years old. He knew this was his last chance. And he came through. The Leone Stars won a somewhat controversial penalty, and Kai Kamara scored, and back home the celebrations erupted around the country because Sierra Leone had qualified for its first major tournament in 26 years. Just making the tournament was a huge accomplishment. As the national anthem played before their first game last week, Kai Kamara and several of his teammates had tears in their eyes. Nobody thought they had a chance in the tournament itself. Like most experts ranked Sierra Leone 23rd or 24th out of the 24 competing nations, and in the group stages they had to play two of the best teams in Africa, Algeria and Cote d'Ivoire. Both those countries have 11 players who play their professional football in Europe's Europe's top leagues, Sierra Leone has none. If you're not into football, it can be hard to understand just how huge of an underdog Sierra Leone is in this tournament, but think of it this way. Their starting goalkeeper, 22-year-old Mohamed Kamara, plays for East End Lions, a professional team based in Freetown. In his first game in the African Cup of Nations, he faced shots from Riyad Mahrez, who just won the Premier League with Manchester City. And yet, Mohamed Kamara stopped those shots. In fact, he stopped every shot in that game, which Sierra Leone tied 0-0. Never has a tie felt so much like a win. After the game, when he was handed the Player of the Match trophy, Mohamed Kamara burst into tears, and all around Sierra Leone, people poured into the streets, honking horns, waving flags, and singing the anthem. 4 days later, against Cote d'Ivoire, Mohamed Kamara saved a penalty using the brilliant and somewhat unconventional strategy of standing behind the goal line before the ball was kicked. But even so, in the last minute of the game, they were down 2-1, and it seemed quite hopeless, and in my head, I was already writing this video about how they lost the game, but they did their country proud. But wait, no! The opposing keeper made an error, and Sierra Leonean striker Alhaji Kamara somehow recovered from a stumble and dinked the ball over a defender and scored, and it was 2-2, a second miraculous draw in as many games. Again, the celebrations reverberated throughout the entire country, celebrating the result, yes, but also celebrating the heart of their players, their tenacity, their belief. This is a country that is growing and growing together. On Thursday, the Leone Stars will play Equatorial Guinea, and if they can somehow win, Sierra Leone will complete the impossible, qualifying for the knockout stages of the African Cup of Nations. The world will be watching and hopefully celebrating with the people of Sierra Leone. Hank, I'll see you on Friday.
We're going to go out there, and we're going to put our hearts on the field. We're going to put our bodies on the line for Sierra Leone.
So, G Banks, now you see we're international all over the world. Then they talk about Sierra Leone. Is this waste of money?
No, absolutely no.
This kind of politics.
It's never a waste of money. It's only.
Yes, could you imagine? And then now, yes, and inside before the alliance talk, inside that thing, the man says Sierra Leone is growing together. Sierra Leone is growing together. If with Monday out of the country, then they observe, we say we are growing together. And then the other thing where I want to let you watch about, we're very sensitive inside our video. We see where Sierra Leone has been happy with Kai Kamara score. Where it go with we, everybody glad. It did happen to everybody. It did happen to every big player in the world. These are mistakes. Then where it come out to this one, where the error occur, Kai Kamara score, everybody now
you mic the low a little bit.
Yes, so this don't come out to a point wherein everybody don't begin blame Kai Kamara again. This, I don't know how you get for talk to people. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Okay, so hello, yeah, you they get me?
Yeah, they get you. Go ahead.
Okay, so we see the whole world. Like I said, Sierra Leoneans, friends of Sierra Leone, or even people who will not be nobles alone, they tap we at the back. They give we thumbs up. They praise we for the resilient who don't show, for the for kind of composure what team get, being labeled as the underdog, but emerge with surprises at the African Cup of Nations. I think that there is a big thing, but to those who still find it difficult, okay, when Kai Kamara missed that goal. Now this they for understand. When you play sport, a competitive game, they expect you, the player, or who are involved in the management, and the supporters or the spectators, for exhibit, for show, what you call sportsmanship. When you win, you for celebrate in the way understanding that somebody also is losing. When they lose, they expect you for lose, understand that somebody is winning. Meaning, they support each other. Your teammates today, Nakai Kamara miss, but in it will support. Not to somebody, oh, you don't miss. This is the same Kai Kamara will score.
Yes, at the same Kai Kamara
Kai Kamara will score. The only goal wanted by Sierra Leoneans for going to the Nations Cup.
Yes.
And so many people don't go into that thing then day wherein people miss penalty. Can you imagine when Ghana needed that penalty from Arsenal Jan, right? Now the World Cup for let them go semi-finals. He missed them.
He missed them.
But that's not the end of the story.
And that doesn't mean it not be one let them go.
Europeans, them, big stars, them, either if na Pele or talk about Zidane, people don't miss penalty. But support from each other, now we call a good sportsmanship. The respect for show for each other. Respect for show for each other. Whether possibly lose today or somebody win today, the words they will tell yourself for show kind of respect. That is a good sportsmanship. You get a positive mindset, my brother. Positive mindset. I'm just saying this. A positive mindset is good as for showcase as a sportsmanship. Because when you get positivity in your mind, you don't know say this is just the platform of the beginning for bigger success for Sierra Leone. Like our president already told us that we will continue to develop, we will continue to invest. So you get an open mindset with positive mindset. Say we'll be going back to the African Cup of Nations, and this time we are coming bigger, stronger than ever before because we are going to learn from what has happened and we are going to support each other. And finally, what I want people understand, we go to call self-control. Understand? Somebody can say, I'm intelligent. Okay, you go pass exams. But my brother, even if you find like diamond, you're a woman or you're a man, if you get bad character, nobody no want you. You forget self-control. Not grab big, you go destroy people because you are emotionally uncontrolled because you don't lose game. You know, when they go broken us, that is not good sportsmanship. Or you begin cost mommy cost, or you begin check cost.
When you catch that word, the G banks, I see where Colca a text say, I think we get for play African Nations Cup Day 2023, right?
Huh?
When are the next AFCON?
Okay, yeah. The next AFCON, it's every 2 years. So because of the calendar being disrupted with this corona, we'll get for waiting.
It for 2023. Waiting Colca say, he say we don't begin a good footing. It says Sierra Leone go put yourself together for 2023. We don't know what God keep for we 2023 because what make at the talk show is this. When I remember when we go play that game for qualify against Liberia, where Zengele missed the penalty. We think say the whole world is over. We think say the entire football is over. Salon people then vex, all man feel bad because that goal, if we don't push you to a point where we don't celebrate. But it not happy. But at the end of the day, what God keep for we? God keep for we. Kai Kamara, we go score na Guinea. We go to na AFCON. And the same Liberia, where we not be able to qualify through, they not go that AFCON. So now, we don't know what's going to happen. When this don't happen, so Kai Kamara don't miss. It does. You don't know what God keep for we 2023.
So this is all about people get for begin learn. Okay.
Yes.
When you play football, when we play football, or even you go to any competition, at the end of the day is to make the competition fun and enjoyable for everybody. And making the competition fun, right, or enjoyable, now for sure this good character of sportsmanship. Understand? When you support Arsenal, for example, or Manchester, or you support Leone Stars, as the case may be now for AFCON, you get for continue for beliefs. Yes, we can go into this game with 3 options. We win, we draw, we lose. When we win, you celebrated Sierra Leone, Kai Kamara, and everybody was saying the Kamara family, this, that, because what? They secured a point against Algeria. They came back a 2-2 draw with Ivory Coast. People celebrated. But the same Kamara now, because he got miss a penalty, the same guy who scored the penalty, some people will say, no. Law will learn. Because now from here to picking there also the watch.
Banks. One thing we have noticed by this tournament is that with Pikine, you mentioned that side. So Pikine, they develop some energy now. Then they develop some zeal in football. It's not ever happy. The Pikine, when they celebrate, the Pikine, they feel a pass. All man, they not go fair to.
Yes.
They cry. When I watch, let people they watch this small Pikine. He cry in your out. See how the Pikine feel. See how they don't get interest in football.
Kai Kamara, what you don't do? What is Leone now? Okay, this is president. They see this. What is Leone now? Kai Kamara, what you don't do? They are us.
Bia.
Like I camera na do this so. They are big.
Full box today so one city. When they pull salon, my name Adama. When they pull salon, I cry later and cry so. Bia. Let's cry. Bia, bro.
This is the serious bro.
Yeah, Adama.
This is the serious bro. Hey, Kai Kamara, I not try. Kai Kamara, I not try. Kai Kamara, I not try.
So, G-Bank, you see how emotional that one did. So you see the inclusion, you see the kind of love where President Bio bring everybody together with. You see how the football, President Bio bring everybody, that kind of emotion, that kind of love, that kind of unity, that kind of happiness, that joy. Imagine inside that picking. I won't cry. So you see, so
this is the thing. When people get love for their country, when you get love for even a partner, wife or man, or you get the love, sincere love for something, emotions, they deep down there. We understand the emotion will be there. And especially, you only need a goal for level the field. So you go to the next stage, which has never happened in the history of the country. We understand. But also, we also understand one thing we can call empathy. Okay, that man came to the pitch, put his Leone on top. He stepped forward, took the penalty with everything he has, but missed the penalty. Imagine if you were given that platform and it happened to you. Now you carry the whole country behind you, but you not make them up. We understand you also they go through things them. So that is why we for practice what to call this self-control right now. Hold on, lost. We talk to brothers and sisters. Say, hey, there is no need for go out there and begin destroy property. There is no need for go out there and begin cause people. If we also learn, say, this person also right now, some players they go through what to call a mental breakdown when they go through those kind of situations. But I hope Kai Kamara being an experienced player who has seen this over and over, he go able to get people around now who will support him.
Not say like Kai Kamara self, he's really broken. Kai Kamara, I see pictures away in West boss cry, Kai Kamara boss cry, and picking they all get up and then they cry.
Yes, people within the team
get that glory. That first name where Kai don't get for in country. That first love and appreciation where the country don't get, and I make in family they go around them for booster up. Yeah. But you think they self wish or let this happen, let Kai Kamara retire with that kind of torture inside.
So let's continue to talk about I hope we'll get a lot of radio stations then at the country, we'll get a lot of newspapers then, we'll get stakeholders then. We need to talk to the community so that the people go understand the kind of support who players they still need at this time when they are coming back home. You know, the support where Kai Kamara himself need for them to put this at the back of the mind, you know, become a haunted ghost for him, you know. You see, Sierra Leoneans are there for him, you know, in family knows Sierra Leoneans, they like him, they understand, say it can happen to anyone, and we're just proud. In fact, for being out there and secured a draw and secured another draw, and the impressive performance they did, we are just proud of them to welcome them back home, and we're gonna put a platform that will give chances to other people and give chances to
whether they come. Let everybody go receive them. Let we really receive them. Let we dance for them, Australians them. Do ya? Let everybody go out there, whether they come, we're not go dance to them because this is a win for us. We not
win. And also I'm telling you, this one will open doors for this country. We are in, if we have good agents, even local agents, we go pave way for the players there, especially our goalkeeper. We see youngsters them, a lot of inside our team there. And people except when not even make up the team, when at local leagues, they get way for going at Europe, get way for going at the Americans, even the African clubs them. But let them begin play and earn money for bringing, but we'll be bringing millions and millions of dollars in revenue to families and communities of this people.
This encouragement what they talk. If Sierra Leone them feel say a heart for them for Duam, let us show them some side where a madman, where Chris, where they give sensible talk about football, a madman. Let we watch and briefly.
And the fit we, the man who defeats we. That man wearing team so that we for white man for Equatorial Guinea. Now big football player is at the Champions League, Premier La Liga. I never get Camara save all up. The first charge, put them it up. Now you're like Camara gets. Understand? That's over work. So we don't blame Camara. In first match, we will play. Fully imagine. Qualifies to the state of Camara Kerugo. Not a penalty.
Yes.
So if Camara miss penalty, who don't have Camara win for miss penalty? Drogba miss penalty. Messi miss penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo miss penalty. If Camara miss penalty, no he'll up like saying and I will.
So you know, if you say Camara make you not go today.
Not okay, Camara is sick, make you not go. So now the coach now for can put file bar. Why not picking team fight?
So if you say Camara is supposed to play this game today,
Camara, you know match fit. If now it's not football, Camara not coming, play.
But wait, Adebayo talk and select Camara not play.
yes.
Then enforce I play. Wait till you
Adebayo in black car. Sale could see one side. Adebayo, Camara no match fit. Camara not qualify go. So man, they cost Camara mama. So more than you my cost. Camara not qualify for Saturday. My penalty go inside.
Yes.
And so this stage no reach there. God make penalty can pull back. No grab. No clap for them. No clap
Oh, you black guy.
So what about the vessel they wear today?
The vessel they wear. You all your guys vessel 100,000 right now. They regret them. How for pay?
No, not to that demand me.
That color vessel they wear today.
Because they comment on the color vest.
Because you tell that color they get headlines.
Let go they play.
I mean.
Not to vest they play. Now the hearts.
Okay.
When I forget one heart. Football like for that said.
And it seems like that.
Salon get bad as far as all the
country. But why did they bench do to do now? I mean, put in midfield.
Who that miss this penalty? Well, can Camara give the cause? Can Camara, he gets sent past the coach and Leone star. Why that's not be? Number one, when Camara and veteran with me, we don't let fall. If I analyze, they will say me to Chris, I need to do. They pass me. I need to go for an hard stop. Can Camara more accurate?
No, I never accept against you in a Chris, man.
So you don't see a madman. They encourage people. It talks on sensible talk them. Where I think Sierra Leone has a for land from that day, for long go before. So G Banks, how you see that one day when a madman talk, and then let you bring a recommendation before we close the program as to how you think say the football go and develop from which ground will they do them from the school beginning and school so that football go better before we close the program.
Well, yes, as we round up, like I said, I just probably have 5 minutes more around here. If Blacker, sorry.
All right, family them. We don't lost G Banks. Now we see somebody where they see say na Chris man, we say na madman. We say enough squire. But when I see the sensible statement that we give, and they encourage everybody. Say we need for hail Kai Kamara. And then I think so now one day we for do as a nation. Do ya? Are they call on the government? Are they call on the football association? When Leone Stars they come back, are they call on government? Let them declare holiday for Leone Stars. Let them that day they will Leone Stars they return Australia. Let them declare holiday. Let them go receive them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I got interrupted. So if Blacker can able think reasonable enough for make that statement, and they say, hey, you cannot bring this man down because he missed a penalty. Think about the same guy who scored the penalty, the only penalty for going to the Nations Cup. So meaning this thing can happen. All we need support each other, like I said before. support each other, express respect for each other, get a positive mindset, and practice self-control, whether you win or whether you lost a game. Because at the end of the essence of the game there is to create fun and for make people enjoy, get relaxed mood, not a place for go cause too much trouble. So Black already don't. If you don't think that way, it means the only one who think that way the problem that they need mental health. But this guy, it make a sense what he talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, not come to what you asked me about. Also, what you really need for
recommendations them to the government.
Yeah.
As
Before
to how now they become President Beyonce, we will keep developing football. So now I think the government self need help. How we as Sierra Leoneans, we say we able profile recommendations where they help the government for make sure say football continue for develop.
Okay, like I say, most of the recommendations that they can provide here, they are not new recommendations, but the only thing we go emphasize on now the president in commitment from in manifesto we talk, and we see how it translates in manifesto into work. Meaning, like practically, you see, when they get the opportunity for rule this country, it will make sure say it revive football, all forms of sports in the country. It will make sure say it invest in the football, the opportunity, and take saloon football to the international scene. It don't show we that lightly, and that we want let President Bio continue for brighten the light. Okay. When you look at football or plenty other sport there, most of them now youthful age you able play at a very young age. You see people say, oh, this man is 42 years, 32, 30 something. Then while they begin, the sport he go able play way small. Now you go able begin play more effective football. By the time you reach that time, you don't retire. You're not a veteran now. So how we go back to get our young talent from primary schools, because we not get plenty academies there now.
Yes.
We not have money there. But the schools and colleges in Sierra Leone are like academy. When we broaden our education system, forgive respect and opportunity to every talent we God give. If you not math, you sabi, crack your math and chemistry or physics. But also now give the same opportunity to that other person way before say, now run, you will run. So he go run and go represent you on 100 meters race in the Olympics. Or if now volleyball is sabi, he go play and bring that kind of money or success to your family. Or if now football God puts in foot, they able play. So the moment we begin support with education system, open them up for give chances to people and for develop their talent and skills, the more we go see success in Sierra Leone. Now, the more we go see less unemployment in Sierra Leone. Now, the more we go see a bigger economy and stronger economy and improved standard of living, because we will no longer be crowded in the classroom, because everybody wants to go for big college and come on, and everybody wants for can get government job. Those people who played football, who run athletics, who do boxing and any other form of sporting, believe me, they get less interest for can become government burden. They go to the private sector, play their game, and come back home. So we want to see for that broader scope of the education, for really, like we say, quality education. The quality education, let government open them up, give opportunity to the cognition, the reading and writing, but also to the skills development. And skills development encompasses the sport and athletics business. We for make sure say we revive them at the schools then. We'll get effective competition again at the schools then. That administration, they will get and wherein the sport will be played in schools and colleges. We will not see violence in the street because people then go lost. They want to take up because they in uniform, they can't thief people property or broke people house. We get to go and organize their games today. I not get enough time now, like what I was telling you about. Maybe we'll get another platform wherein I want to see, for me, I want to see a kind of organization of the school league in Sierra Leone, completely different from what we don't do there. Because that who don't they do, you know, they come well. Every time Congress and Ahmadiyya put them together, because of the same way we organize, these children will go to the national stadium and come back looting, throwing stones, you know, saying abusive words and whatever kind. They say, oh Lord, ban the sport. If we organize that differently, like how many think, how to organize that, believe me, you see the change. But I don't have time now to talk about it. I will find another platform specifically for talk about that organization. What would be a recommendation for the country. But for now, we want to go back to the schools and colleges because we have our youngsters there. I just want to give an example before I left. When just after the Civil War, a lot of people maybe don't forget, say, we went for Nations Cup, performed very well under 17. We came back and went for Finland, World Cup. Sierra Leone go for World Cup under 17, 2003 in Finland. What's happened now? Because of we engaged in a massive school league that year. All them over there, we playing a partisan, Belgrade them, then white text they were there in a Congress. Now they export them out. You know, we'll get a pool of youngsters that will come out. So when we go back to the schools and colleges, we'll get the crop from that. We go support the local leagues there. The local leagues then are a base for promoting the national team. And those who be fortunate to go to Europe, they will come back as professional and join the team. So we want that. That's not the perfect, but the key recommendation that they give, President Bio, when you don't begin for shine this light on the investment in football, no relent. Don't listen to those guys who tell you they're wasting money. Who wasted money? It's not wasted money because at 7 point, let's say whatever you spend.
You know what they spend? They don't spend they spend $350 million.
This guy don't know about money.
Now they put together for this program. So we're not 7.5 with the
a man who has never run a business in his life doesn't know about investment. This guy is just like somebody who say you get a paycheck, you eat and wait for next paycheck. Because that's why he doesn't know about investment. When the country they spend money in improving talent, in building skills, that is not wasting money. It's giving a platform for all the people.
Look the joy where that money where it bring. Look, that small picky where they cry. You know the happiness when they inside that picky.
This is the thing. The government knows. The government knows.
It's just all over the place. It wants all nuisance. It's not all right. This is
the government in any part of the world, including the United States of America, which really Nayadi right now, doesn't have the means to create jobs for everybody. But what is the platform, the enabling environment? When government they invest in football, it creates opportunity for those who cannot be like a PhD holder, right? Or somebody who will not secure a government job directly, can find himself somewhere or can find himself somewhere. That talent where God don't give you, they're able to improve it. So you begin to support yourself and support your family and your community. That don't take a burden from government. When you talk about say I want to spend more, now you become self-employed. Or a club will sign you, you get money there. So it's a platform where government is create. And this is what I want this guy to understand. When people make their manifestos, right? They put them in written text. And if you want to believe that manifesto is real, when they give them power, look at their commitment. We call the political will of a government. The political will of a government is translated in the budget, the spending power of a government. Now, may they tell you, when they say a budget, those who went to classroom, okay, we call them, they went to classroom, not schools. They have their own definition of a budget. For us, we look in reality, we have a definition for government budget. It tells you that this is the wishes and aspirations of a government interpreted in monetary and physical terms. Let's look at what President Bio is doing. When he get money, what he say? He tells you that he put premium on education. What did he do? He allocated what we call like a 20% or more to the education sector. That tells you the willingness of government for revamp the education sector in the country. And we have seen that. Okay. The appointment also we do. He brought in somebody who is what? A fresh, not the scene, who is committed. Senge, Dr. Senge. He bring them. You see what they do in the education right now. So what he do again? He bring in Master Sabi people and for handle the football business in the country. Now you look at when Sierra Leone first time, when Sierra Leone go play, flights no there, Motuka no there for take the players them. Oh, the players they're not able to pay for them for camp. Now we have the platform. They are coming from different parts of the world. For the local league is booming in Sierra Leone. Now this corona no more we can interrupt few things there, but from what we have seen, it's an amazing job done by the president. So this they tell people like Chernobyl. He opinion he entitled to them. But what is not entitled to, whether in that opinion that we can accept it. No. We're not going to be pushed to accept with the false narrative we in the create for himself. That's fine for him. He can continue to live in imaginary world. Okay, imaginary world where they create for himself. But the reality here is Sierra Leoneans are happy for the fact after 26 years we are able to make it to the Nations Cup. When a pride of Africa, okay, you see the likes of Nigeria, huh? Our brothers in the ECOWAS, Ivory Coast, when are the Mano River Union member, they all be done, they go to Guinea, they go there, all other countries they go there. Sierra Leone left out, disappeared completely for 26 years.
Yes, we are nowhere to be found.
A pride is taken from us. We paid our money, super sport, then as Sierra Leone people they pay. We're only paying to watch other people. Yes. What we picking, they're not there at that place. You know how much money we're losing. But if we have more Sierra Leoneans out there, now the global stage playing and bringing in returns millions of dollars to come, you go and say now wasted money. This guy doesn't know about business. One player today, I'm telling you, look where Ronaldo they make millions of dollars. They mess them. They other players.
And they are not saying like them, but they will go play. They never buy plenty of them.
That's what we want.
And the way they find them, they develop the capacity, then they play more, then they understand that they can help the country.
Listen, if everybody not even gets evidence, we can always use Mohamed Kalon as a tangible evidence of what football doing as alone. Okay, football here will change lives. Football here will bring gentry in our country. Some of us within America now, we go, our neighbors here, we can just cross to Mexico, we see what they're doing. We can just cross, go to the Latino countries that are Argentina, Uruguay, they're all in there. We see what they have done, the job they have done to help their communities, to inspire. Even the role model they become role model. When you run a business, this guy has not run a business. That's why I always have a problem with him. Okay, I know they even talk about how much. He has never run a business in his life. If you run a business, which means like also operating a country, you understand, say, in a business, we'll get what we call aids to trade, for rebrand the country, for advertise the country. This noise will don't make so, we're good for winners alone. Do you know that it can even stimulate the tourism industry in Sierra Leone? People go begin to, I want to go see Sierra Leone. I look at them on Google. Somebody said about Sierra Leone. We have to have good news. Especially a country that has so much about war. We're going to internet now to see about Ebola, Mosca. We have to erase. So erase those negativity. You get to build new things to replace. Understand? So that is what we're doing. It's a new day in Sierra Leone. It's a new era. And I want to end this with my brother because I get to go Maryland anyway. Okay. For say thank you for having me in the program and giving me this opportunity for reach out to Sierra Leoneans them, and Lord continue as Sierra Leoneans. Oneness is very, very important. You know, some of we they are officially we don't get book right from other countries, but guess what? You see the blood where they run here, you know, they ever change. You can change that book from Sierra Leone. You get a passport from England or from America, or you become a Canadian. What not going for change you? Believe me, the blood not going for change. As long as that blood continue for run as a Sierra Leonean, if Salome better, that name day, your status they elevate na the diaspora. Even in Sierra Leone, your status they elevate. If that name go wrong in Sierra Leone, it also tells on you. So what we need to do now for make sure say we name Sierra Leone, it then at the good side of history. I thank you very much, my brother, and I think say now so I go and collect you.
Thank you very much, G Banks. Are so happy for where you can deal with we and then talk to people about your opinion and how you analyze them. This not the spirit where we get, and also think say we're going to bring you that the Hot Goods Network often because we get plenty things that we will get for the bring you for let they talk about. Because people we know say you know ardent and fervent politician, but your politics is a big player because you play them in the interest of Sierra Leone at the back of your mind. and you're very objective. I get high respect for you. So I think we'll get for they bring you in at the Hot Goose Network often for let you go they can share your knowledge and the what you think Sierra Leone has a need for inclusiveness. Thank you very much, and we appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. So family that one day na G Banks it be there with we G Snow, but it don't left we, it don't go. So now last thing day before I close the program where I want bring, there should be a recommendation to government, and that recommendation dey me na gentle the political hot goose. The recommendation where I bring is this. President Bio don't talk say we will keep developing football in Sierra Leone so that we will reach another point the way we want to reach. That is fact. And for now reach this stage, now a very good advantage for we and a very good opportunity. And that don't show we say President Bio not just sit down and they make effort for push Salute go before. But before I bring that recommendation and closing the program, I want to let Agi Bodiwata let una listen to this music, and then we go come back. I know I let people then vex, so let them listen to this music small. And I want let every Australian dance, and when they watch this music, no vex. Remember, we shall be don't get the glory, we shall be don't get the happiness. Let that joy come back, and I for drop your comment so that I go no say yourself. At least you had done the call, you don't get the game spirit, so that we will celebrate more. We they celebrate 2023, we go must win that cup. Right, people, that one then our victory song. Let us not shy away from them. Let we continue for celebrate. And I want me your recommendation, my first recommendation. When Leon start the camp, do your Sierra Leoneans them. Let us not kill the spirit. Remember, we get basically 1 year more for let we attack them back, for let we go again for 2023. We don't know which blessing we God don't keep for we. That same blessing we God keep for we, where Zengele missed that penalty against Liberia, we go get them. Now Guinea and can't have condolect today. This don't happen, let we not lose hope. We don't know the opportunity we God don't create for we, for let we go 2023. Maybe God don't give we say 2023, we bring that cup in a salute. We don't know what God don't plan. Let we continue, let we receive them. Do ya? I want let government with all the Ministry of Sports, let everybody come together, let them declare the day where Leon stars and they come, declare as holiday, and they talk to President Tok Andubio. Do ya? Una declare as holiday, let every Australian they go out. Do ya? Let them go out there because when remember at certain points them, they don't bring joy to we, they don't bring happiness to we. They say no go wish for their sadness come. They don't go wish for that one. They do ya? Let we go receive them and give them the spirits where they need. Let we go receive them. We make a holiday. We dance for them. We go there in a stadium. Just like how we go receive them today. Where they come on a Guinea. Where they go to an AFCON. If that spirit will continue to forgive them, then go get courage and make sure say themselves gonna say 2023 we will get that cup the back. We will get that. And that one day I believe him and God will must make Salongo must win Nations Cup in the shortest possible time. But the only recommendation we are they give to government. Now we don't know say all the school leagues them during the APC government, APC we don't ban all because they're not be able to manage the system well. My recommendation here is I want the government revive the school league them because football, them picking away the grab now from there, then they begin to groom them, then they begin to train them. Because when you train from where it's small, it don't become a habit to you. You will become so powerful in the pitch. Therefore, I they recommend say let them start the school league from primary school. Because now this country begin they 3 years, they begin train them for go play football. They begin train. So from that age, if that begin they don't learn that skill where is small. My brother, for let you defeat that picking a pitch, it go hard. For less Australians, the way they don't big so, now they go play them game there, where they go play professionals, then they tell we say Salon and football nation. If we begin the training from that primary school age, I'll tell you something. Salon go beat Brazil the time in soccer history. I show you. So I encourage government just like how they create the league them, the National Council of Football for them league them. Let them create the school council, the football council, both primary school and secondary school. Let them be a school football council. Let them make a tournament where every primary school they play just like how they play the leagues them. the national leagues the way Bo Rangers and they play all that thing. Let them get a primary school league and let them get a session for their leagues. Then let them get a secondary school league, let them get a session. But now with a different method. Today, APCB said the reason why they've been banned into secondary school now because they've been fed, and that was not good. So what did they go do? If they make that league, for example, if they say Amadea Nabo, then they play against I call her. Let's say grammar school now Freetown. Then they for do home and away. If then they can Nabo, Amadea they can grammar school they can play Amadea Nabo. That ticket where they get Nadabo Stadium, who that get them? Now Amadea, now they get forget 60% of that money. The remaining percent, they put them to the 30% go to the league where they don't form. I call them the second intersecondary school association of football. The one where they form them, then give them 30%. Then the 10% it will come to the stadium management for letting upset her. So I think if they do that one day, then when they go play this football, you know they go there with your uniform. Because now when school picking they wear uniform, they rely on that uniform, say you get immunity, anything where it do in a school picking, they're not the whole land. But when they uniform, now that say they go misbehave, for they go scatter people in market, then when police catch her, they say don't ask school picking. So and then they create more problem. But when they in simple clothes, if the match they play Saturday, you papa buy tickets, you back buy ticket, una go watch na stadium, una they go as ordinary Sierra Leonean. So meaning if you go misbehave, you go stone person, then they arrest you as ordinary criminal, not as kupikin. So I think that they go reduce the violence. Then they go make football go sweet and we will get them bobo there, let them train. So if we begin from primary school, let them make inter-primary school league, national primary school league, then they get the secondary school league. Because we make at the talk so where we don't develop them bobo them. Now then they can at secondary school. When I mind you, we get the psychomotor aspect, we get the effective aspect and cognitive aspect of education. I think that one they need for be built in the school system. So when they teach physical health education, na Sierra Leone, now all them school them, do ya government now for watch into this Ministry of Sports, when I watch into this and see how now we will design them league there. Then secondary school leagues them, then primary school leagues, they like job is inter-school league national. Because now from that point in day, with the earmark and sports, then good about them. Then they groom them and they cow them. Now from yonder, if the national team won't buy anybody, now from there then they buy. So if they don't see say this bobo where they na primary school, or this way they na secondary school, if they do very well, sometimes Bo Rangers they say will they buy them. Bo Rangers go say will they buy them. Bo Rangers go say will they buy them. Then go buy them. So then go get now, then local league them, then go get more player, they win a cogent player, they will they able use them player then safe. Whether they earmark them now, will they get them division 1 player there, where Leone go able get. So from that point, they will not develop football. Do ya? Una revive that inter-secondary and una add that inter-primary school league. Because football they begin from the small age. Do ya at the big. Let we do that one day so that football will continue for good. And let we receive Leone Star with all level of respect and with all level of joy. Me na gentle, the political hot moves. You sit up at me, you the fry. And for don't pay you, you the nyaka nyaka. So now the recommendation that one day, una let embrace Leone Stars, una let receive them, una let go around them when they come, and their recommendation they are we don't give. Do you let government look into them? That inter-school as committee, when a football league, let them revive them. But let's go picking up where you need for it for go play. You go buy your card. If the home and away game, then they can now I call a grammar school for can play, but now grammar school get that money 60%. So it promotes the school, it promotes the government, it make we able fish good players there. Then it strengthen football. Then it make the Leone Stars SF go get more bobo them win a Division 1 bobo them. But however, Leone Stars don't do well. Leone Stars don't make we feel proud. We are very happy for them and we celebrate them and we will want let everybody continue to celebrate them. Let we not vex for them. Do ya? I tell you, plenty thank you for wanna listen to this show. Me, na gentle, the political hot goods. Si don't pa me, you the fry. I for don't pa you the nyaka nyaka. Me people them, una share. Let's see Australian as a year, but una listen to this music. Una know.
Yagbade, we dey yagbade, yagbade, yeah we yagbade, Leone yagbade, we dey yagbade, yagbade, Leone wa, yeah we yagbade, Leone Stars dey yagbade, from Lion Mountain to Cameroon, we just dey yagbade, Algeria ta wapa we, Ivory Coast ta wapa we, because we dey yagbade, yagbade. We dey yagbade, yagbade, yeah we yagbade, Leone yagbade, we dey yagbade, yagbade, Leone wa. We young can yagba, nada pizza yagba, that painful yagba, where they yagba you yagba, it dey make you yagba. Leone Stars dance with yagba, so now for balance with yagba, Leone wa. Yagbade, we dey yagbade. Yagbade, let we yagbade, Leone yagbade, we yagbade, yagbade, Leone wa. Equatorial Guinea, una yo yagba different, nada pizza yagba, yagba yagba, with kenda flavor, ogiri mixture, with a smelly yagba. Yagbade, we yagbade, yagbade. Yeah, we yagbade, Leone yagbade, we dey yagbade, yagbade, Leone wa. Yagbade, we dey yagbade, yagbade, yeah we yagbade, Leone yagbade, we dey yagbade, yagbade, Leone wa. Feni pot cover, you galumpa, you shake, and you tambourine. Now we yagbade, not the kumbe, blow the boom boom pipe, let the lion roar. Yagbade, we dey yagbade, yagbade, yeah we yagbade, Leone yagbade, we dey yagbade, yagbade, Leone.
Network TV.